Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, this video is fairly short.
No, I really have been trying to move away from calling people out on racist stuff.
I am going to be giving a little review of the latest shitstorm involving T and Sass.
And whether you agree with Trump or whether you don't, here's their representative, and we've got a little pipsqueak saying he shouldn't be welcome to the UK. Sorry, most of us disagree with it.
Boy, that woman has really stepped in it. You want to talk about a woman who doesn't know how to read the room? So, I know, Dee, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to scold my mods. I think you're amazing. I'm just saying. I'm not paying attention to chat. That's why I saw Foodie arguing with someone. I don't want anybody coming for her in my chat. That is unacceptable. Okay, so. I answered your questions, Frenchie. Let's continue.
Are you fucking delusional? Are you going on so little right now that you're trying to spin this one into something? Pathetic. Pathetic. Read it again. Read it again. This was me attacking Negs.
I don't know if you guys saw this. Chantal and Negs, as you know, developed a friendship of sorts. Or an alliance of convenience. Let's put it that way. I really don't give a fuck. Because he is the person that he is, he decided that he was going to release the DMs that he had with Chantal. If only we had said to her, these are the warning signs, and these people are going to come back and they're going to fuck you over.
I don't want a family, blah, blah, blah. But things change, you know, like, I didn't plan on falling back in love. It just happens. God loves me.
I will tell you, I have contacted the Kuwaiti police about oil fields being filmed, and about the fact that certain people on a visitor's visa are actually working and picking up a paycheck from YouTube. So
I wasn't going to put any commentary in this video, but I just have to let you guys know I have been watching this woman for a very long time. Since she had, I think, maybe a little over 1,000 subscribers, I've been watching DC for a very long time too. So when I saw the accusations of both DC and her being racist, I really wanted to dive a little bit deeper into why exactly this woman is, let's be quite frank, obsessed with Chantal, to the point where we can all see it. And I dug a little bit deeper into some content that I hadn't seen, and let's just watch it together. Let's just do that.
I am going to be giving a little review of the latest shitstorm involving T and Sass.
Politics, everything, normal people are being turned against normal people by governments with an ulterior motive, and we stick our heads in the sand and keep our phones under our pillows and continue to be brainwashed.
About Kuwait and the oil fields and their laws regarding filming said oil fields. But this one just had to do it, didn't she? And then she had to go on YouTube and fucking brag about it. That is one, in my opinion, that is one of the most malicious, evil, underhanded things I have ever seen anyone do on the platform. And I've seen people do some horribly shitty things. Horribly shitty things. But this woman, in my opinion, this woman needs to get off the internet. I think that this woman should be deleted from YouTube permanently for doing something that reckless and that insane. But
regarding my last video about am I racist? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And the video I want to do next is to draw a parallel between what's going on in this country, in England, in Great Britain as a whole, in other parts of the world. Poland aren't standing for it. It's happening to a lesser extent in America, but certainly England is becoming an absolute shithole for these people who are coming in and making it so. And we've got a government who have sold us into hell, basically. And there will come a time when English people, when British people rise up, because we've had enough.
You called the Kuwait police? Because somebody, bruh, when is this shit is getting out of hand.
Let's be fair, Anna. Her connections are probably mostly dead. Let's be honest.
I will tell you, I have contacted the Kuwaiti police.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The statues of Mary and Jesus were pushed into corners because, I mean, obviously they're going to be pushed out altogether because it's now a multicultural school and a lot of Muslims there. And the headmistress was saying to me that they embrace Islam.
But regardless, like, I'm the type of person who goes with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. Sweet Lotus, I guess I have a hard time saying I'm Muslim because technically I haven't done anything official yet.
They're proud of what they're doing. Well, I don't. Personally, no. How can they be? How can they be proud of that? We've got an English woman, anyway, a Christian, shall we say, pastor, preacher, church woman, holding up a sign saying, "We are all Muslim." News for you, no, never, ever would I be associated with them. Unless I've got to get a taxi somewhere, and then I have to be. Because that's about the jobs they do going into. They don't know the way even to the hospitals. They pass the driving licences round from one to another with no stringent checks. They know that they're beyond the reach of the law. They know it. And I'll tell you why. It's because if they are arrested, if they are caught and arrested, as has been a personal experience recently.
My name is Tina, and today's video is, I really have been trying to move away from calling people out on racist stuff because it's going nowhere. Nobody is learning anything. And so today I was at work and I saw something come across Twitter about tea and sass.
The reason being that the police and the government and the powers that be are frightened of riots on the streets. They're frightened of these people rioting because they're now the majority in certain areas. So there will never be justice.
And so I'm probably going to put that commercial in this video.
You know, some marmalades get some of their tang from added flavouring. While Robertson's Golden Shred gets all of its tang from Seville oranges. What would you rather have for breakfast?
And that people accuse me of, which is a load of bullshit. And Ireland, where my uncles again, or whoever they were head schoolmasters. And they taught Irish kids literally under hedges because teaching them was forbidden by the English. We've all got skeletons in our cupboards, all of us.
And I'm going to go over the points that kind of were like shots. So one of them was she called whoever said she should take it down first overly sensitive. That is something that is used a lot when people of color call something out. We're overly sensitive. And I'm saying people of color because I'm saying anybody that's not white. And as a black woman, I could just say black people, but
Islam and the influx into this country of so many Muslims now. And yes, they are outbreeding us. And yes, many of them want Sharia law implemented, and those who say that they don't won't have much choice once or if their friends get into power in some way. We've got a Lord Mayor in London who is Muslim. We've got a Lord Mayor in Oxford who is Muslim. We've got a Lord Mayor in Leeds who's Muslim. We've got it's a political movement, it's an ideology. They want to impose their way of life and their culture on the West. They're doing it quite effectively in some parts of England. We even have a judge who, when he took the oath, he took it with his hand on the Quran. And when people walk into his courtroom, they are also, it's insisted upon that they say an Islamic prayer. I'm Catholic, not a practicing Catholic. And if I was going to veer towards anything, as you know, it's Buddhism, which isn't a religion.
Another thing you said, T and Sass, was racism never entered her mind. That's a joke. It wouldn't enter your mind. You're white, lily white. So why would racism ever enter your mind? You don't think anything is racist, I'm sure. Because if you didn't think that that picture was racist, nothing is racist to you, dear.
And now we have the Muslims taking over the world, not only with an autocratic rule and a fist of steel, but with a culture that I will never accept. I lived and worked in Saudi Arabia for a while. One of the big mistakes of my life, and Alfie didn't want me to go, and I shouldn't have gone. I suppose I was spreading my wings, but it certainly opened my eyes up to how things were. I've seen a goat whose throat has been cut on the street in Riyadh. I haven't been to any of the punishments in what they call Chop Chop Square, but people who I worked with, Westerners, Americans, there was one American man, and he went to watch a beheading, and he came back and he was sick, physically, emotionally, and I remember saying to him, what did you expect? Did you go to be entertained? You know, seeing somebody lose their life in that way. Barbaric. Are we going to allow them to impose that here in England?
And we all know that Erie pepperoni is white, and now it's gone. So is it that you don't see color, or you only see the color white, or the absence of color? Because
I'm talking as though it's going to happen. And you know why? I'm talking because we're now becoming outnumbered, because we now have all these Muslim mayors in place. The London mayor, who is dictating that Donald Trump shouldn't come to Britain, to the United Kingdom. Who the fuck does he think he is? You know, America is our biggest ally, and whether you agree with Trump or whether you don't, he's their representative, and we've got a little pipsqueak saying he shouldn't be welcome to the UK. Sorry, most of us disagree with it.
I have said this more than once. Every reactor in this community has something in common with Chantal. And there's not a reactor in this corner of YouTube that has not called her a racist.
What does that?
Oh, okay. So it's okay for Ned
Drag not
to
the
fucking try
bully.
and get to
Hello.
my job, and I should lose my job. But he didn't like it when
What are you
I
doing in here,
pushed back
Dragnot? You're
and
black.
threw out something about
You know
his
me. I don't
fucking
like.
real
I'll
life.
shoot the fuck out of you, dude. That wasn't his real life. I kid. Again, you I got kid. the I kid. wrong Ron Corbin.
I'm calling you one now, sis.
The man isn't a racist, as I'm not. He's a realist. He's pragmatic, and he's saying what most people in this country believe, in that welcome people into your home, welcome people into your homeland, but ask the people first whether they are welcome, and ask the people also whether they would be happy with them if they're welcomed into your house, taking over your house, making you obey their rules, taking over your homeland and making you obey their rules. And you'll find that most people in the UK, in Poland, in Australia, in America, they would say no, we don't agree with that.
Oh my Lord. DC, I have text messages where he threatened to get the KKK on your ass. The fuck? Oh, Lord Jesus.
This is great. This is great, you guys. Remember Frenchie?
Where is everybody? I didn't send notification out. This is just spur of the moment. I've just done a video and I thought I'd switch this on. Hello, everybody in the chat. El Shami's in court today. I don't know what the outcome of that's going to be. Wouldn't it be nice if he was locked up? Well, I noticed that one of the Beezers had got me as their profile picture in that hat. You got one? You got a UK person? You mean your husband? Hello, Miss Hellraiser. Over the years, it became to be seen as a degrading representation of black people. Well, that didn't enter my head, and it wasn't seen like that as I was growing up. It was the woman who wrote the book said she was frightened and dismayed at the deep, dark connotations that had become attached to a character inspired by a childhood toy. Racial barriers, because it was at a time when, you know, wrongly, black and white people were segregated on buses and everything. And so to do that on a book cover was quite brave of her. And she had the golly. I'm only repeating what was said now. She had the golly in the middle and a doll, a white doll, on each side, and they were all holding hands. And one or two other FB fans. And also, it wasn't registered in my mind, honestly, that it was offensive. And I posted it for somebody, not, you know, to be shared around widely and for everybody to say, oh my God. And that's what I hate as well, people who say, oh my God. And I've just said it myself. Greeny bluish, hello. Well, yeah, Debbie, I can see that, but eventually it did come to be thought of as racist, so I suppose there was a point to it, but initially it wasn't when she wrote the books and as I was growing up. Oh, I found some fabulous videos of, I love the history channels, and that's where I found that clip from yesterday, the other day. In here, I know she was upset at that video yesterday, and I wouldn't have upset her for the world, you know, I just wouldn't. But if you knew me and you knew who my friends are, you'd know I wasn't racist, certainly. Perkins, I believe, and she was a big fan of Chantal. Definitely not me, no. Fatima, what do you think of Chantal wearing the niqab? Have you seen her? And now the thing about my teeth, as I explained before, what happened was zoledronic acid and the control, but you know what? Hi, main girls. She's got no self-control, but the fact that she's now wearing the niqab might force some self-control on her if she's wearing that. Or she won't wear it in the house. But if they're going out to eat, she won't be able to eat as much as she normally would. Chantal and Salah are going to be going to the mosque as well, apparently. Just as a matter of interest, I wonder if Foodie ever went to a church, ever, in her life. She was raised Catholic, was she? I was as well. Did you hear her say that the most she made on YouTube was, in a month, was $26,000? And that was when everything was going down with Nada. What is Vagisil? Is it a cream or something when you've got a problem?
And to conclude, I personally do not feel that this woman is intentionally racist. I feel that she has been raised through so many different eras that some of those ideologies have stuck with her. And I don't think we can fault her for that, as we have our boomers who they have their own ideologies, right? So I think that's what it is. However, there is definitely some damning evidence on her thoughts on those who are Muslim or of the Islamic faith. Now, when it comes to DC, I'm still going through that rabbit hole. I'll be honest with you, I am enjoying some of her content. So this is not a bash DC video or a bash T and Sass video, but it is a what the hell is going on in this community video. And so with my conclusion, I'd like to conclude with this.
You don't belong here.
Do you know, I can't remember the last time I put that television on. I might put it on tonight. Take my mind off things a bit.
You know, nice knowing you, but off you go.
Put it out the coupe in the lot, 12 for a squat, busting all the bells out the box, hit the lick.